is Damian Krasinski, the owner and operator of DK Film Studios, and today we've got another development log for you all. Whoop, whoop! Alright, yes, so we've got another development log for you all today. It's so exciting! We got another stuff to get on into today, but before we get on into the into the thick of it, we gotta go over the development tracker. Yes, as always, we gotta check this out. Go over. So we've got progress on Focus Part 3. Some updates regarding the Neurodivergent Ox series. It's officially the end of April, so I'm gonna start looking into moving. I'm gonna try to start getting forward on that. On getting that into pre-production. We'll talk about that soon, of course. Updates on Misunderstanding, and yeah. There's also some quick updates regarding The Search as well, which is always exciting. So yeah, that's basically it for the development tracker. Now, let's get on into the development log itself. In development, we have the Talking Neurodivergent doc series. I need to grab some equipment for the film. As mentioned when I talked about Beans a Bunny Tail, the lav mic I had is not good. Not good at all. So my plan is I'm going to buy a new set. I found a better lav mic on B&H, which is where I normally get my equipment. My plan is to, I'm going to look up a couple reviews about it. And if I like what I hear regarding the equipment, I'll buy it. I want to make sure I'm getting something good as opposed to what I did the last time. So I figure let's look over some equipment, look over some videos, see what people say about it, and make the purchase. If they say it's good. If it's good, as long as it's good and it doesn't distort, I'll take that over anything else. All right. If the batteries go by quickly, if you go through the batteries quickly, then whatever. Not the end of the world. But yeah. I'm just gonna have to buy a bunch more Puxcell batteries. Yes, I use Puxcells because of DankPods. If you know of DankPods, mad respect to you. But yeah, not much really going on there. Once I get the equipment, I'll start reaching. Well, at least once I order it, I'll reach out to people. I'll at least start reaching out to people, getting them involved. Start planning their dates, to film, and go from there. Essentially, that's the plan with that. Nothing else in discuss with that. So on to pre-production. The Search. Let's get on into that. So, let's take a look at the production timeline. The casting call is pretty much wrapped. So yes, the production call is wrapped. We're still keeping an eye out for toys. But that's done. We're still working on the script. Location scouting is wrapped, but should technically be wrapped, but I am still looking into doing that. It's technically overdue, but it's like we are still working on that. I plan to, not this weekend, but next weekend, visit another location that we found. We're going to go over some details regarding that location, the location I went to this past weekend, but we'll get into that real soon. Currently, we're still working on. I'm going to be working on getting the audition started and go from there. So, yeah. Making good progress on this, I feel like. So, let's kind of get into the nitty-gritty of The Search. So, as mentioned, I looked over one of the locations for the film. It was amazing. It looked amazing. I loved it. I felt like it would fit perfectly for the film. Fit perfectly for what we're looking to do there. But, the issue is, there's a little league there are little league baseball fields right next to it. And of course, I went there during games, and was like, well, crap. We cannot film here. Unless we still can. We just have to change up the schedule, and I'd like to kind of keep it the way it is because I set it up to accommodate Amber's, the gal who who's the director of this. Not the director. I'm the director. She's the gal who's writing this book. The film is taking place in, and I'm trying to accommodate her because I know she's got anxiety, and I want to not have her be too stressed on set and all that jazz. So yeah, but if we have to, I'll take that day and I'll put it on a Monday because of Columbus Day weekend. We'll just put that right there, We'll do it that day and do all those shots that were supposed to happen that day on that day and go from there, essentially. But I think at this moment it's good. Like, I like it, but if we have to do more, like I said, it looks good. We have some backup plans on. We have a number of plans. I'm not 100% sure which one we're gonna go forward with yet, but I do know we've got some plans on how we're gonna handle this moving forward. I do plan to, not this weekend, of course, the weekend of me recording this, but the following weekend, the weekend that will be of the week to be watching this. I'm going to go look over another film. I'm going to try to look over, I plan to try to look over some others as well, but for right now, I'm going to do as much as I can. Some of might just be going in blind, not knowing much about it, and going from there. I don't like that, but if we have to do that, we have to do that. We are still looking for Taurus. Other roles, the other roles that we are looking for are coming along. This month, as it is mentioned in the production tracker, is when we're going to start auditions. I'm going to set up a date, have an idea in mind of the date. I'm thinking somewhere in June. I feel like just to give the actors some time to practice the lines, get the practice they need in, and go from there. As I did the last time, I'm going to give them the choice of doing, hopping into our Discord server to do the audition, or to do, self-tape. Either or is fine, I don't mind, I just want to give them the chance to practice, and for them to give it a shot and see if they'd be able to be a good fit for the role we're looking for in the film. So, before we move on into the next stage of, the next film in the works, please, comment down below, subscribe for more content. You do not want to miss out on what we're working on here. We've got a lot coming down the pipeline, as you saw earlier in the video. If there's any films that you're looking forward to seeing, please let me know. I'd be happy to hear it. If you have any questions about what a certain film is, I'd be happy to also answer those for you in the comments down below. But yeah. As I said, subscribe. You don't want to miss out on the films that we've got coming up. Definitely looking forward to you all seeing what we've got in store. So, on to production. We have Focus Part 3. I have grabbed more footage for the film. I like how it looks. Once May is over, I'm going to sit down, edit the film, and go from there. I'm kind of been using the locations that I've been visiting for the search as ways to grab more footage for the film. I do think that's just so I have some more options when it comes to the film, and I'm just gonna go all out, gonna go ham on this. I'm gonna go crazy. I also the weekend of the last devlog, I sat down and actually did a little recording myself of me. I recreated some of the shots from the original Focus Part 3 from the original Focus. Just so you can have like this like time change with me. I feel like that looked really cool. I also grabbed some new shots as well, just so we have some difference. So it looks similar, but there's also some differences. So we're not, I'm not repeating the same thing. One of them is me like kind of like hunched over, like head's really close to the camera. I really liked how that shot came out. One thing I realized that I could do while I was filming was, so I grabbed my phone. And I used that for as my camera, of course, but I had to get, I realized while I was filming it, especially since what I was going to be shooting was going to be real close to my face, and I wanted to make sure I got the framing right, I realized, well, shoot, I got a second monitor, this is USB-C, why not use that for, so I connected I grabbed a USB-C hub that I have for my computer, plugged that into this, plugged the HDMI into that hub, and I was able to watch be able to have the monitor pointed at me, so I could see what I was recording, and that was awesome. That told me, okay, so when we go to film the search, we can use this, we'll do this exact setup for the film moving forward for that, and I've got like a 15-foot long HDMI cable. That should give us enough length for handling shots. So that way I could be like right next to the camera, next to my Sony, with the cinematographer. I'm looking at that. I can have the second monitor right next to me to look over the other shot, or I'm focusing on just like kind of standing in between the two cameras, just looking and seeing how they're acting, letting Amber be near the camera, see how those are looking. But yeah. I am quite happy with it. Definitely looking forward to using that moving forward. That is definitely going to be a lot really handy. I'm really excited for this to be doing this essentially. I think it'll be good. So that's basically it for Focus Part 3. Now on to post-production with Misunderstanding. So I met with the VFX artist, and he likes how things are looking. It was nice meeting up with him. He's glad that I got the coloring dealt with on my end. We didn't have to keep waiting on him, which is great. Love that. Definitely looking forward to working with him again in the upcoming future. We're gonna see about getting him to help out on the search, which will be great. I'd love that. I'd love to have him help out on that. But yeah, just, he was happy with it. He liked how the shots were, especially the ones with the VFX, he liked them. There's one shot that he wasn't a big fan of, but it's fine. It happens. We all have a thing in a project we've worked on that we don't like, but it is what it is. So, yeah. So, I also ended up grabbing a new laptop. Now, this was originally, my grandfather gave me this. I bought it off him quite cheap. I was originally going to upgrade into this, completely move into this laptop. So this only has less than this has like 500 gigabytes of space, and my current one has 100. I would have to delete a lot of stuff, and I didn't know what I would be able to delete. So, I'm going to be using this. So, the plan with this is I am using this as the studio laptop. This is going to be what I use pretty much moving forward for the devlogs. I'm going to have to download some apps onto here to help with that. This already has DaVinci Resolve. So what I'm probably going to do is while this devlog is rendering tomorrow, which is Saturday, I'm going to be sitting down, getting the hard drive that I bought to basically house everything that that was going to be on this laptop onto it. I was going to house it all onto this, but, now it's just going to, I'm not 100% sure what my plan with that is going to be, but, I'm basically going to, probably bring over the project files for Misunderstanding and just look it over on this and, finish the coloring. We did notice something with coloring when we were looking it over with the VFX artist. One shot was a bit brighter than the others. Well, no, it was a bit darker than the rest. I need to figure out why that's the case. I think it might be because of the LUT. I do not know. I'm going to have to double check that. But, yeah. Once I get whatever I need moved over to here, it might just be a slow process where it's like, okay, I'm slowly just going to be moving all the project files on over to my other computer. I need to finish, as I said, getting the hard drive set up. I need to basically format it now. Yesterday I had to go through a whole process of like, hey, you need to do this and this, and I'm like, can we just registering it and this and that? I'm like, it's going to help out a lot, and if I need to use another hard drive, I've got a secondary hard drive, which is great. I have next to my laptop, I have 4 hard drives, of 2 of which have all the stuff for Misunderstanding. I forget what the third one is. The other one, I have a blue one that is used for just where I put everything. I've put everything for the studio on it. Like, I use that, that's where I store all the devlogs when they're completed. The raw footage is stored on my laptop because I'm not dealing with that. But yeah, we'll probably also be working on the devlogs on there as well because, hey, that's going to be a beefier computer, and I can have my personal laptop to do what I want to do while those videos are rendering and all that jazz. And hopefully the render times are a lot quicker too, which will be great. Those films aren't very, these devlogs aren't very intensive rendering wise, but still it takes a bit of time. So yeah, once I'm done with getting everything set up over this weekend, I'll pretty much look over the film and start making some progress on the coloring, which will be great. Once, of course, the coloring is all done, I will add the final touches to the film and be able to call it a wrap, which should hopefully be soon. We will see. I am I hope by the end of May, actually, I can get this done. That'd be great, because then I can focus my next bit of time on Focus Part 3, record it, get that edited, hopefully get that out by August. I think that's doable, but still. Do all of that, and then work on, probably editing one or two of the Neurodivergent Doc films, which would be great to do, honestly. That'd be great to have edited as well. All the while, the search is being worked on. We will have to see if this timeline plays out. I'm not making any promises. That's basically it. That's everything. we're not going to cover the bunny doc yet. We have not crossed the 30 days on YouTube. That's where I check the how long the film is. That's what I consider a month, 30 days after the film has been released. So we'll see. It's probably still hasn't. It probably won't change much as it probably won't change from now till next time. But when we actually cross the 30 days, but I still want to have the full 30 days before we look at how it's performed during its first month and go from there. But yeah, so like I said, that's basically it. We'll remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications, and yeah, this is, nothing else to say. But this is Damien from DK Film Studios signing off, and I'll see you all in the next one.